because you want to answer the Star Wars question, don't you?
I do, yeah. But,
Yeah. Let's do it then. Do your intro.
So anyway, yes. So this is this the fourth episode or third? I can't remember. Fourth episode of the Weird Wonderful World of Mr. Grey podcast, which is also an audio version, which will be up on Spotify probably the same time as this video out. So It's up to you, whatever you want to watch or listen to. I'm here once again with Parple at PARPLE. Double R.
Too close to purple for his liking.
Joe, when I said that at the end of the podcast the other day, I had a few comments saying I've been trying to find him and I could never find him because your spelling's wrong. You got the bloody double R and you put it in your name, Purple.
Yeah, because the one with one R had already gone.
You should have had Purple 1.
Your Purple 1. Or Purple 2, because he's a shit. Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna chat bollocks really about probably I'm gonna try and answer Purple's Star Wars question.
Yeah, Star Wars is one of the most overrated franchises ever released.
Explain yourself.
Right, so if we start, for example, if we do the original trilogy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Original trilogy. Let's look at character growth of the main character.
Right, okay. Luke Skywalker.
Yep. Yeah. Does he really have much character growth?
What, in the first trilogy or the first film?
In like we'll say, so we're going to say
because in the first film,
the first trilogy to us.
In the trilogy, definitely.
Do you really think he had growth?
In the first film, I will agree with you. There is zero growth. He's still the whiny
second film, as take Empire Strikes Back in, because one of the main reasons that film technically flopped, not budgetary, but in its reviews, were because of his acting and the fact there was no character growth. Because didn't George Lucas also want to quit after the second one because of the backlash? I
can't remember.
Yeah, because it was received so badly. But there is something. But here's an interesting thing. So there's an inside industry joke, right?
Go on.
Not about Star Wars in general, but it's about films in general.
Right.
But when you ask a person, have you seen this film? And they respond, is it the one with the snow? Generally, that film didn't perform very well.
But the thing is, I like all the three of the original trilogies I'm talking about now. I like all three of them. I know like people are, I'm an Empire guy or, I'm a Return of the Jedi guy. I was never one of those people. I love them. I love all three.
This is why I ask you the question of why it's overrated, because I know you love films as well.
Yeah.
So, as we both know, George Lucas used a description for Star Wars, and the description was, do you remember what his genre that he gave it?
What genre?
Yeah, he gave it its own genre, didn't he?
A space opera.
A space opera.
Yeah.
So, if it's a space opera...
because people call it sci-fi. It's not sci-fi.
No.
It's a space opera.
It's a space opera, but there is a problem there.
Go on.
While it may be a space opera, who do you feel the biggest connection with, whether it's the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, or the sequel trilogy? What characters do you build the biggest connection with?
What, out of all 9 films?
Even just separating them into 3 sets.
So the original trilogy.
Yeah. If you actually think logically, and even if you go for outside influence, the Sith seem to have a more popular following.
Everyone likes a badass, though. Everyone likes the bad guy.
But that negates the fact it's a space opera. Because you are meant to hate.
Yeah. Well, the answers I was going to give you, mine, they weren't going to be Darth Vader.
Go on.
It was a toss-up for me.
Go on.
Obi-Wan or Han Solo. That's what it was going to be in the original.
No, I think Han Solo was a poor character.
Well, no, the problem with me, I'm biased as shit. I love Harrison Ford.
So do I. Absolutely.
I love Indiana Jones. I love Han Solo. So that's
Indiana Jones is one of my favourite film sets.
I've said this so many times. Indiana Jones was the sole reason as a kid I wanted to be an archaeologist. even though when you grow older, that's nothing to do with archaeology. But I wanted to be an archaeologist simply because of Indiana Jones. Never turned out that way, but that's why I wanted to be one.
It just goes to show our different levels are cool. You loved Indiana Jones because you wanted to be an archaeologist. I loved Indiana Jones because when I grew up, I wanted to look good in a hat.
Well, I honestly, if I could get away with wearing a fedora and a brown leather jacket, I would.
Yeah, I can do the fedora pull up.
Yeah, no, I was obsessed with Indiana Jones. And fun fact, I even liked the new films. I actually
have to say I did quite like them.
Yeah, right. And do you know what? I know we're getting away from Star Wars already, right? Yep. Do you know what pissed me off about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Go on.
It wasn't the film. It was all the people.
It was the fridge.
No. Well, this is the sort of deal.
Where did the joke come from? Why is that joke in that film? I'll be
the fridge.
I'll be so disappointed if you don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'll be so disappointed.
Fallout.
No.
Go on. What was it?
I am so disappointed.
What was it?
So, the fridge.
We'll get back to why I was annoyed at Kingdom Skull. No,
it's to pay homage to another film. And that film is Back to the Future. Because what was the time machine originally meant to be in Back to the Future?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It was meant to be a refrigerator. And that's why it was done. Yeah.
I thought it was taken from Fallout 3, see?
No.
Oh, no. Sorry, wait. Actually, Fallout 3 came after it. Never mind.
It came after, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was to pay.
I didn't know
homage.
that.
Yeah.
I did not know
what's his name? Mash. I can never pronounce his name. Mashio Kaku. Do you know what about the physicist?
Yeah, the physicist. Yeah, I know.
The physicist. Yeah, he did. He does all the deep dive documentaries into these films, and he did the one about Back to the Future because he did the anniversary one, and then he did the Indiana Jones one, and he was like, "I'm so happy that they actually did this as like a love note to Robert Zemeckis."
Oh, I had no idea that. Yeah. I'll have to look that documentary up. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, it's fun. It's on the. You've got. No doubt you've got the DVDs.
I think it's on I don't own any DVDs.
Well, it's actually on the movie server that you've still got an invite to.
Okay. No, I got rid of my DVDs years ago. I went full digital. I did.
Full digital, eh?
Full digital. Which
he's got a reel to reel.
But no, anyway, I want to get back to why I was annoyed at not the film, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but the people who were slagging it off. Right. Now. You are full within your rights to not like a film. There's films out there I don't like. That's totally fine. Because everyone's have their different tastes, different opinions, whatever. Yep. But there was a reason. There was a certain critique at Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I was like, no, hang on, right? Because I've gone over this in bloody videos and little rants on my lives as well. People were complaining, right? One about the fridge with the nuclear blast.
Yep.
Yes, it's unreal as shit. We know this, right?
But it's meant to be lead-lined, the fridge.
But even so, he would be dead, tumbling across, like a mile across the bloody sky, landing. Kyle, I forget his surname. Kyle, the
McLaughlin.
The YouTuber who does nuclear physicist stuff. He does Chernobyl stuff. Kyle, can't remember his name. Long hair, looks like Thor. He's a really good YouTuber. But he did a whole thing on that fridge thing. But anyway, I'm sidetracking as always. So there was protecting himself from the nuclear blast in the fridge.
Yep.
Right? They was swinging through the jungle with apes. That was a bit dumb. Right? I'll admit that was really fucking dumb. Right? Shia LaBeouf, whatever. And then at the end, spoiler from a film from 2008. Right? At the end, they figure out that the crystal skull is the skull of an alien race, right? An alien race from like a couple of 100,000 years ago. They put the skull on him. The alien comes alive, kills the bad guy or bad girl, sorry, and they all get out and escape. And everyone's like, "That's so unrealistic. I can't believe they put an alien in Indiana Jones. That's the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen." And I was like,
"That's the fucking Ark of the Covenant."
This was my argument every single time someone said that to me. I was like, the first film was the Ark of the Covenant, where the power of God came out the fucking thing, right? The second film was the Temple of Doom, where bloody, what's his name? Can't remember his name. The shaman, whatever, ripped the dude's heart out, still beating heart. The guy was still alive.
Yeah.
The third film was The Last Crusade with the Holy Grail, eternal life. So you're telling me that's totally fine, but the alien at the end of the fourth one? Nah, it's too unrealistic. Get the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Honestly, whenever I heard that argument, I was like, first film, second film, third film.
Yeah.
Go watch them again and tell me how realistic they are.
You know what, right? I must say, what just brought back a memory of mine. So I remember. So I'm a big fan of the Terminator films. We were just discussing this last night. Do you remember? So Terminator 3: Rise of the Machine. I'm sitting there, and I remember sitting there watching my dad. And my dad's an eccentric character. Okay. When he believed the house was haunted, I managed to convince him to do a Native American ritual to get it exorcised, right?
Yeah.
But we're sitting there watching Terminator: Rise of the Machines, right? And we've had, Arnie's come back again. We've had the woman that's, she's an intelligent machine. It's a ridiculously far-fetched film. We know this is Terminator, yeah? Do you know which bit my dad got pissy at? Do you know when they're holding onto the side of the fire truck, or the truck, and swinging?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, robot or fucking not. No one's got that amount of grip. That's where he drew the line.
It's pneumatic grip.
That's where he drew the line. Guys, nuts.
That's probably one of the best scenes in that film, actually. The bloody going down the streets with the truck.
And the coffin on his shoulder.
Yeah. I'm a big Arnie fan. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I'll watch anything with him in, honestly. I even used to like Hercules when I was younger.
What was your opinion of, because we were talking about this again last night, Terminator Salvation?
I liked it.
I liked it very much.
I liked it. The only thing, and funny enough, I recently watched that again about a month ago. I was just having like a little binge of stuff, and I thought, I'm going to watch Terminator Salvation. Christian Bale, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
I like Christian Bale, and he's always good.
He's good in everything.
He's always bloody good at stuff. What's his name?
Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington, and the younger dude who unfortunately passed away. He was in Star Trek as well.
Anton.
No, not Flamenco. That's the rock climber.
No.
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin, yeah.
Anton Yelchin, who sadly passed away in a
amazing actor as well.
Terrible accident. Yeah, he's a bloody good actor. And it was a good cast. I really liked it. But the only thing, and this is why, one of the reasons now today, I usually don't watch trailers. Can you remember the trailer for Terminator Salvation before it came out?
Remember, for some reason, I remember the very, very end of it, and it's the dust that's basically at the start with, and then Arnie pops up in the trailer, doesn't he?
Yeah. They didn't need Arnie in that.
No, they didn't.
But
that was my only problem with that film. Yeah.
But the trailer, in the trailer, the original teaser, I don't know if it's like the teaser trailer or the full trailer, I can't remember. But in the trailer, they're saying, this is something we haven't encountered before. Christian Bale as John Connor is saying this now.
Yeah.
But he would have remembered them because he was, he grew up being told about them and all that stuff, right? That's one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then also, in the trailer, they had Sam Worthington hooked up to that thing, chained up, because they just found out he was a Terminator. Technically a Terminator. But that was in the trailer.
The whole thing. Yeah.
They just spoiled the whole film. They spoiled the big twist in that film where Sam Worthington, if you haven't seen this film, by the way, it's a bit of a spoiler. but in the film, Sam Worthington, he starts off in, I think it's the 90s, is it?
Yeah,
fast forwards to like 100 years later. I can't remember the year. No, I don't know. The years are all weird in Terminator films now. But yeah, in the trailer, they showed him with his Terminator parts showing, saying, I can't believe he's one of them. That was the big twist in the movie. But yet they showed that in the trailer. And I thought that was so odd. And this is one of the reasons I rarely watch full trailers. I'll watch teasers. I'll watch like a brief trailer if I'm really interested in it. Like, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine trailer yesterday.
I did watch that, but I do watch a lot of trailers. I got friends that make trailers. So I do often watch them.
I still watch some trailers, and I'm always thinking, please don't spoil it. Please don't spoil the movie. I'm always like really weary of them. But yeah, the trailers, for some reason, some trailers back then used to spoil the shit out of films, and Salvation was one of them. Even though I liked the film, that was the big twist in the film. But I don't know. It was weird. It was a really weird trailer to do.
I remember the days of In a World. I just love those trailers. I just remember the days of the early 90s, the late 80s, early 90s trailers. They were cheesy as shit.
You go
Brilliant.
back. What was it? A trailer for? I can't remember what the hell it was. It's like one of the classic films, like everybody loves. It's like stylish. The film I'm talking about, like stylish. It might be Blade Runner. I can't remember. But if you ever go back to the original trailer, it's like Harrison Ford stars. It's like a really just completely offbeat to what the film feels like. The trailer was like a happy Harrison Ford stars in this sci-fi movie saga, about androids. It was something like that. I can't remember the exact one.
I still think my favourite trailer of all time was Tiptoes.
I don't know what that is.
Tiptoes is Matthew McConaughey, right? Who marries Kate. He makes a baby with Kate Beckinsale, and they get engaged, and then right, all right. Oh, he gets so much better.
All right.
It's I'll just let out. It is not a comedy film. It's a serious film, and it was classified as one of the most heart-wrenching films of the year.
Really? I've never heard of it.
30 minutes in, Matthew McConaughey's twin brother gets introduced, and his twin brother is Gary Oldman, who spends the whole film playing a dwarf. They elongate his forehead and basically just put shoes on his knees and green screen the rest of his legs out and give him a little stick. Bring up a photo so you can see Gary Oldman in Tiptoes.
It's called Tiptoes.
It's called Tiptoes. Right?
Tiptoes.
There is no way people didn't go to the cinema and piss themselves laughing at that film. I even think, what's his name's in it as well?
Hang on. I see it now.
There you go.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He's literally kneeling down.
They went full out on that.
Hang on, 2002, and there's a picture of Peter Dinklage as well.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage.
So he was in it as well.
Yeah, but he didn't get the main part for the dwarf, nor did Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette's in it as well.
She's not a dwarf, was she?
No, she's just an Arquette. So then,
yeah, I used to like her, but no,
yeah,
I'm so shocked that Peter Dinklage is in it. Because I was saying that it's probably his early days, and he didn't have as much star power then.
But it's impossible to tell how old he is.
It is true, yeah. Peter Dinklage has looked the same age for the last 20 years. I think.
It happens with really small people, doesn't it?
I don't know. Well, Warwick Davis, when he was in Willow, he looked young. He was only 16 or 17, I think.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah.
But
no, what I'm more surprised is that Peter Dinklage has never spoke up about that because he's against, large actors playing small actors.
That's probably why.
Probably is because that one film. Yeah, probably. Yeah, thinking about it.
Warwick Davis didn't Warwick Davis. So back to come full circle back to Star Wars. He only got the part in that film because Kenny Baker was ill, didn't he?
I'm not sure. Obviously, Kenny Baker couldn't run around like Widget could,
But because he played Wicket, didn't he?
Wicket, sorry, yeah. Widget. Yeah.
But yeah, Kenny Baker was meant to play Wicket.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he was ill, so Warwick Davis had to.
Well, Kenny Baker was like in his mid-60s at that point. No, maybe 50s, wasn't he?
Yeah. He probably just wanted a day off because him and Thingy Daniels just always were pissing at each other, weren't they?
Yeah, they hated each other.
Hated each other. But yeah, let's come full circle back to it.
Okay, I can't. Go on. I can't even remember what you asked now.
So the Star Wars frustration, right? This is
okay.
So I'm not saying I dislike the Star Wars films, but don't I don't dislike the Star Wars.
No, I
films.
know.
It's just things like, for example, I think like Finn, for example.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, like what was that? Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, right? He got a bad rap. Finn. What's the actor's name? I can't remember the actor's name now. John. Not John. I'm gonna have to bring some Star Wars stuff up now so we get some names right.
Yeah.
What was it called now? The first sequel. What's it called?
Rise of the.
No.
What is wrong with us?
Oh my god! I know it's like our memories have just gone to shit. The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Yeah. So I was actually thinking of Revenge of the Jedi, which was meant to be one of George Lucas's, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, John Boyega, right? John
Yes.
Boyega as Finn. You had Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron,
Yeah.
and Daisy Ridley. Sorry, I called her Daisy Ridley in my live yesterday. As Ray.
It's Tom's sister from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Now, I liked Force Awakens. I really
I
enjoyed,
liked Force Awakens.
I loved Force Awakens. I think Finn was a good character in that.
He was brilliant.
He was a good, really
And he was
good,
wasted.
yeah, well, he was good 50-50 with Daisy Ridley. And obviously, did we just become best friends with Oscar
Yeah.
Isaac?
Yeah.
But then the second film, I don't know, I have no idea why. What was it called? The Last Jedi, which I actually did a review on my channel a couple of years ago, and I just left the cinema, which nobody watched. But
I did. I watched it.
but I really enjoyed talking about it. Anyway, in that film, he's literally like a background character almost, like, and then by the third film, he's got nothing to do. And it's really, and it's unfortunate because I actually like the character of Finn, as a stormtrooper who has seen the ways of the Sith and decided to join the good guys. I thought that was a really interesting character aspect, and which we hadn't seen as far as I can remember. We had some stuff in the TV shows like Mandalorian, but that was way after the films.
Yep.
But no, I thought it was really good to see that character aspect. And in the second and third film, he's just completely wasted.
You know how you know, apart from
I tell who else was wasted, but go on, carry on.
So how you know the only person that doesn't come for that doesn't back this up is Daisy Ridley. Is in every Star Wars film that the character that's meant to have the biggest growth arc generally gets exactly the same amount of screen time in every film. So Luke Skywalker's character generally has in his trilogy, I think it's around 34 minutes, maximum of 37.
Really?
Okay. And Daisy Ridley was the only one that didn't think she had like 57 minutes. But in Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn has 34 minutes. In Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi has 34 minutes.
Obi-Wan Kenobi was the best character in those prequels, by the way.
Now, this is the one thing I've said to you before. I think
awesome as well,
I think one of the best Star Wars films is actually one of the most hated, but it is the best because so many people misunderstand what it's about.
Solo or Rogue One?
No, I actually think when you look at it, take Jar Jar out of the equation and look at what it is, Phantom Menace.
I wouldn't class it as the best.
But if you look at the depth behind it.
No, I'll tell you things I loved about the prequels, right? And I think no other Star Wars film has ever done it since.
A shaver.
No.
The lady shaver.
No, the lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
I don't think they have been matched in the originals or the sequels since the prequels, the lightsaber battles.
The lightsaber battle, let's just put it out there because Ray Park still does that live.
Yeah.
I've seen him do that.
Honestly,
he's amazing. Yeah.
Honestly, because in the original films, they're more like samurais almost. They're not.
Yes.
They're not like like that. They like put their sword up, and they like ching ching, and that's like, and then they'll talk. They'll ching ching, and then they'll talk again. When the prequels came around, they was like spinning around their head behind their backs. It was amazing. I'd never seen anything like that before.
But it's fight. That fight.
It was some of the best choreography I've ever seen in a sword fight, essentially. Honestly, it was so good. And I've never seen it recreated in the sequels. I've never seen that recreated in the TV shows, which have come since. Those prequels, love them or hate them, I like them. But love them or hate them, they put Star Wars lightsaber battles clearly at the top, at the peak of the entire universe, if you ask me, of Star Wars.
So the reason I'm with my statement, because I'm with you, because that is an amazing fight. But I used to be like about, and then I watched Dave Filoni did a special with Jon Favreau about Phantom Menace, and he breaks down the importance of the last half an hour of that film. It was more important than any other block of cinema in the Star Wars cinema in Star Wars cinema. And when you think about it, from obviously this, but for people that there are still a lot of people that don't realize that what that scene is called. So that scene is called the Duel of the Fates.
Oh yeah.
But the Duel of the Fates is nothing to do with. It's nothing to do with Qui-Gon. It's nothing to do with Obi-Wan. It's nothing to do with Darth Maul. It's all to do with Anakin, and it's the fate of whether he ends up being trained by Qui-Gon, which would have seen him never become a Sith, or whether he ends up with the other emotive heart, which is Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Which was his destiny to lead him to become a Sith, which is just amazing when you think of
know.
the depth.
Do you know what, right? I got the hairs on the back of my neck are popping up now, right? Because when you mentioned Duel of Fates, right? Obviously, I love that shit.
Yeah.
But any fan who knows what Dueling Fates is, they can literally hum the entire soundtrack.
In your head. It's in your head.
It honestly is. Yeah. It just came back to me now, and it's like, oh, it's so good.
But it is powerful on so many levels, and I think when you watch the film with that nugget of information, it becomes a whole different thing.
Absolutely, and I think. It got a lot of stick back in the day. I loved it. I loved it originally, right? Mm-hmm. And then a couple of years down the line, I let people bloody talk me into not liking it so much. You know, because they were like, oh, yeah, but what about this? And I was like, oh, maybe. And then after a while, no, what are you on about? No, I still love them, right? I still love them. You know, he had stick for using complete digital green screen, right? He had that for the Phantom Menace talk about now. You know, because... Well, he had stick for a lot of things, but that was one of them. It was the digital green screen of, you know, not using physical sets, not using. I know they did the blue screen in the originals, but you know, in Phantom Menace, there was all green screen. They were literally most of the time talking to a tennis ball. Yeah, and I think that's the stick he had, but. You know, you gotta give it to him. He was trying out brand new tech, not brand new, but he was trying out new tech at the time. You know, that's not many people had tried before, and he'd done the entire series.
Look at Jar Jar.
Yeah, you know, as much as even if you hate that character, the animation, the 3D model was amazing for the time, 1996. Yeah, you know, so
we didn't see a jump until Gollum.
No, absolutely, Gollum was amazing. Yeah, amazing. But before then, it was Jar Jar Binks. And and here's a question for you. Conspiracy theory time.
This selects a conspiracy, Sorry.
Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Oh, I know what's coming.
Was he a Sith master?
I've heard this one. I've read this one. It's so brilliant.
Good. Have you actually watched the video of explaining why, though? It's so good, honestly. Because when you watch it with clips in context of what people are saying, you know, Jar Jar Binks was a secret Sith master who was actually controlling the entire thing. Because in the first film, he's this bumbling alien. You know, he gets a bloody blaster stuck on his foot and shoots 3 droids in a row. Manages to blow up other droids. Manages to save. Can't remember a bloody name. I can't remember the actor's name or the character's name. Save her anyway, the princess, right? And then in the second film,
Queen Amidala.
Queen Amidala, thank you. Yeah. In the second film, he's in the Senate. Oh, he's the assistant to Queen Amidala. Sorry, at the Senate, Coruscant. And then in the third film, he's proper on the Senate. And it's like when you watch it in context with what they explain, it's like, oh yeah. If you didn't know about the films, and if George Lucas has come out and said, yes, that's exactly what it is, you would think, I can't believe this. It was right all along. Jar Jar Binks was the secret Sith Lord. Because the things that happen throughout the films, it's like, oh yeah, it could be. I mean, it's just internet stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But it is fun
you have to love some internet stuff.
It's fun to look at, honestly. Yeah. It's so much fun to look at.
But did J.K. Rowling probably steal Harry Potter from Star Wars?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, the young boy with the destiny, you know.
Trained by an old man, has a stick that has a magic light.
I'd say it was. I'm not saying it was ripped off. It was definitely inspired. Yeah. All right, put it that way.
Has a kiss with a girl that turns out to probably be his sister.
Oh god. So what would out of the 9 films, right?
Yep.
We could get into the TV stuff now because I like that stuff as well. But out of the 9 films, I know you said the Star Wars is overrated. Is that in general or the original? The original.
I think it's one of those. No, I'm not going to do that because that's unfair. Because when people do that, I think it's a very unfair comparison.
No,
because it's like I think if people say if you release the original trilogy now, would they do as well? No, they wouldn't. But that's because of how we live now. That's
different
just
time.
Different time. It's exactly like saying if David Bowie went onto a talent competition now, would he be successful? No, wouldn't he be laughed off the
Probably
stage?
not.
But it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of. Maybe it was because it had the cult following. Maybe it's because we've never been able to recapture what was with then.
I think right. The reason why when you said I think Star Wars overrated, I was like motherfucker, yeah, right.
You bitch, please.
But no, I think. I mean, if you look at it today,
Yep.
you look at the character progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you're right. There isn't much with Luke Skywalker, right? There's not, and you are right.
Yeah.
But back in 1977, when that came out, you know before that, the only space epic you had was what's it called? Space.
Star Trek. You had Star Trek.
You had Star. Yeah, you sorry.
Yeah, we had the Roddenberry stuff, and it wasn't great
Trek.
Before then, but it was great at the same time.
But like, nobody had ever got an epic saga like Star Wars when that came out in 1977, 1978,
no,
wherever you
very
were.
true.
Right, nobody had ever seen that. Nobody had ever had. It was basically a swashbuckling, love story, adventure in space, and I don't think anyone cared about character progression back then. They were just so happy to see the dogfights in space, the massive starfighters, the Death Star, the kids with the lightsaber running up with his master dying. I
think so, but I think it's got that. It had this thing to it, right? And it's another film that I know you love, but I look at it this way. Think Luke Skywalker. He goes through all his training. Yeah, he was a bit of a shit Jedi. Do you know what I mean?
Well, not by the third film though, because he actually knew mind tricks by the third film. So.
Not sure how, but but it wasn't the best. It was kind of like Danny LaRusso in Karate Kid. He was bitch shit. He had one trick.
I know.
He was so bad at karate and any form of martial art.
No, I think with Luke Skywalker, obviously it was the way he was written, but I think the logic in it that he had so much force. He was so at one with the Force, not Metachlorians, right? He was so at one.
What is your problem with Metachlorians?
Not a massive deal anymore. But I think back then, Metachlorians. I think the reason people had issue with Metachlorians back in Phantom Menace is because before that, it was a force. It was an unknown force, that only certain people had.
Here's something.
But no, wait. Let me finish my thought first. It was an unknown force, like say, if God existed in the Star Wars universe, it was the power of God, so to speak, right? They could control things with their mind. That's what it was. When Phantom Menace came around with the Metachlorians, it wasn't the Force; it was something in your blood. It was a DNA thing then. I think that's why people had an issue with Metachlorians. Go on.
If you go back and read the early books, Metachlorians are actually mentioned just as he's writing.
I know they mentioned. No, I know they mentioned, but I'm talking.
But they
film.
exist in that universe.
I know they do, and I know what he's talking. I know they mentioned before that, but I think 99% of people never read those books.
Yeah.
Right, so they're not canon, basically. In the eyes of people who watch the films.
Yeah.
You can watch a film based on a book. If you haven't read the book, there's stuff out that book. You have no idea if it's not in the film. So that film is your first experience. That is your experience of Star Wars. Right? So that's why people had an issue of Metachlorians when it came out. Was it 20 years later for Phantom Menace? Was it 20 years? I can't remember now. Was it 30 years? I can't remember. 20 years. 77. Yeah, 20 years. Yeah. So I think that's why people had issues with Metachlorians, and I'm fine with it now. But back then, you think, that's a bit weird. You know, because it was all about the Force and being one with the Force, and then all of a sudden it became, no, it's just stuff in your blood. You know?
It was kind of like making him into a Jesus figure as well.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was an immaculate conception. Do you know what I mean? It was that whole thing. And that was pushed a little bit. And even Liam Neeson was like, me and my lady shave are not going to agree with you here. But he still went for it. And Qui-Gon was an amazing character.
I loved Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was so gutted when he died. Spoiler. I was so gutted when he died. At the end of the film, it was like, there's not, in all films, same with Star Wars films, there's always a character you think, I like this character, he's probably going to die at some point. You can just tell he's going to die. Qui-Gon wasn't one of them. Right? When I was watching Phantom Menace, he was Obi-Wan's mentor, sorry. I loved Qui-Gon Jinn. I love Obi-Wan. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. Whenever someone mentions Obi-Wan, as much as I loved Alec Guinness in the original, whenever someone mentions Obi-Wan, no, I think Ewan McGregor every single time. I think he was a perfect cast for that. Even when he was the younger version in Phantom Menace with his weird little ponytail, I still liked him.
With Alec Guinness, it's all I see is bushes of love. That's all I see.
Well, obviously, for the first 20 years, because I first saw Star Wars when I was about 6 or 7 years old, Alec Guinness was Obi-Wan. He's the old master who died at the end of the first film. It was always really sad for me. Yeah. And I think that's obviously what they set Qui-Gon Jinn to be up with Liam Neeson. But I remember when I was first watching Phantom Menace, I thought, Obi-Wan is really cool, Ewan McGregor. Like, it's that guy from Trainspotting. I didn't think he'd be that good in this film.
Yeah.
But Qui-Gon Jinn, I knew Liam Neeson at the time from Darkman, other films
Fantastic
as
film.
well. Yeah, brilliant film. And I really enjoyed the Qui-Gon Jinn character. And throughout the film, I thought he's going to be alive at the end. And then he gets stabbed and I was gutted.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a bit of a shitter.
Yeah.
I must say, going to Ewan McGregor.
Go on.
What's your favourite Ewan McGregor film?
That's so hard, honestly. I don't know. There's loads.
I've actually got one clear standout.
Go on.
It's got to be Big Fish.
I haven't seen Big Fish.
Big Fish is so good.
I know about it, but I haven't seen Big Fish.
Such a good film.
Do you know what's an underrated film with Ewan McGregor, which I always enjoyed?
Go on.
The Island. It was a Michael Bay film, and I can't stand Michael Bay films.
The Island?
But it was actually a good film.
I've seen The Island.
It's like a low budget site. No, I don't know if it's low budget, but it's a sci-fi film starring Ewan McGregor. And I always, for some reason, I always enjoyed it. I like Ewan McGregor. I like him as an actor. I like him as a person. I don't know him personally. He could be a right shitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, I like him as an actor. And yeah, when I always, consider him the definitive version of Obi-Wan now.
He's the definitive version of Ewan McGregor. He is.
Yeah.
He plays a pretty good Ewan McGregor.
He's
Ewan
a bloody
McGregor.
good Ewan McGregor, let me tell you.
Yeah. Okay, you had one more question. What was it?
I can't remember. I think what was it? Before we wrap up, what's your take? And now we all know that you despise the Star Wars films.
I didn't say that.
I know, I'm joking. But what do you think about the TV stuff which has come out from Disney in the last couple of years?
I'm mixed because I did enjoy some of the Mandalorian. Some episodes.
What didn't you enjoy about?
I loved about the Mandalorian was you could tell straight away where there were passion projects like Jon Favreau's. You knew his straight away because he even had the wipe transitions in there. If you're going to put the wipes in there, he did it well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did it. I loved that.
Yeah.
The most shocking thing that most people have shot, I hated when Taika got behind the wheel of it.
Which episodes did he do?
The one where he was the what was his name? The robot. You played the robot in it as well, didn't you?
Of course, in the first season and the second or third. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
I-88.
Yes. And I didn't enjoy that.
It was all right. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I did like the finale.
What?
Of the first series.
It was amazing.
Second series? No, hang
Do you
on.
know what?
What was the
The
finale?
first-
Finale of the first series was.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, yeah, I am. I'm just seeing how up to date I am with it. Yeah, so I did like it, but obviously that he just lost a lot of the magic when he walked back in.
Do you know what? Right, I know what you're talking about with CG Luke. Right, I know what you're talking about.
It didn't get me. It didn't get me. Egon in the Ghostbusters Afterlife, that hit me.
I haven't seen Afterlife. Because I was so I was so excited for the finale of Mandalorian, and I think it came out like midday in UK at the time, right? And I was in work. I took my break, right? I took my break because I knew Mandalorian was about to go live on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I went out to the car park, sat in my car, and I watched it. I watched the first 10 minutes in work because I thought I can't wait because I knew it was going to get spoiled for me on Twitter or something, right? Mm-hmm. So when I got to a certain point, I went out in my car, sat in my car, and I watched the rest. I had a lump in my fucking throat. Honestly, I had goosebumps when a Jedi was fighting through the corridor.
Get that, absolutely.
I'm having goosebumps just thinking about it right now. When the Jedi was fighting all of the robots through the corridor, and you're all like, "Who's this?" And Grogu's looking at the screen. He knows who it is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they're actually going to do it. I was tearing up, not crying, but I was like water in my eyes because I was just getting so excited. I was like, I can't believe they're going to do it. I can't believe are they actually going to do it? Because it was in that little tiny thing. It just could be some random Jedi, but like, are they actually going to do this? And then he walks through the door, and I did not care that it was a CGI Luke. Honestly, I actually punched the roof of my car. I was so excited when I was watching it on my phone. I watched it on my phone, and I was like, yes, like that. Punched my car. I was so happy. It was like, I don't know. For me, it was like 40 years of just Star Wars stuff just caught up in one tiny little 2-minute sequence.
I think it was brilliant, and I was exactly all the way with you until that uncanny valley hit me in the face.
It was uncanny valley. I only thought about that after the fact, mate.
Yeah. And what do you mean you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I know. I need to watch it. I really need to watch it.
I mean, I haven't got to watch Frozen Empire yet.
No. Well, I'm not going to watch that until I watch Afterlife. Yeah. I am going to watch it.
Yeah. Afterlife, as a Ghostbusters fan, you will enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it you won't enjoy.
Oh, no, I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's just one of those films I just haven't got around to watching.
Yeah.
Yet.
But no, don't watch it. Don't watch it in the car because you will punch your roof again.
No, I won't.
It'll look like your roof's got hemorrhoids.
Honestly, that Mandalorian, that 2-minute sequence, it was like I was a kid again. I was so fucking. I was over the moon about that 2-minute sequence, and it just blew me away. And like it was only after the episode ended, and I watched it for a second, the third, fourth time. I thought, uncanny valley stuff.
Yeah. And the final news of the week. We should do news headlines at the end of these.
I'd be so for news headlines.
Final news of the week.
Go on.
Happy Gilmore 2 confirmed from the mouth of Adam Sandler. Cannot wait.
Did you miss my live stream yesterday?
I saw that I didn't get in till 6:15 because I don't get notifications anymore, apparently.
Nobody does, sorry. Yeah. But the part where I said I am not a fan of Adam Sandler movies.
Now, I can see why, but I recently watched The Spaceman. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I said in Stream Mind, but I'm actually interested in The Spaceman. I want to watch that.
That film, you will, out of everybody I know, you will enjoy because you kind of like to analyze and break down the film and look at what the message it's trying to deliver. And you love Predestination. It's a thought-provoking film. Spaceman is either a film for someone to watch and go, he was in space, or people that'll realize it's got something far deeper, and then you'll get that depth.
Sorry, I'm trying to avoid slight spoilers. That's all. I thought you were gonna maybe spoil
Oh no,
something.
no,
Then.
no,
Oh,
no
okay,
spoilers
right.
at all. No, none at all. I won't give you spoilers. I wouldn't do that.
But no, yeah, the Spaceman. I'm so interested, and I am gonna watch that. But the reason I said it in live yesterday, but you missed it. The reason I'm not an Adam Sandler fan. When I was younger, I didn't mind his films; they're funny. But as I grew older, I was like, every character of his seemed to have a speech impediment.
Bobby Boucher. Yeah.
Yeah, a deliberate speech impediment. I was like, fuck me, like, try something different, and that's why I became a non-fan of Adam Sandler.
I get that.
But I don't dislike the guy. I like the guy himself, Adam Sandler. I'm just not a fan of his characters.
Yeah.
But when he does serious stuff, he's actually a good actor.
He's fantastic. Punch
Yeah,
Drunk
yeah,
Love
he's
was amazing. Uncut
he's actually a
Gems.
good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am going to watch Spaceman.
And he can do a wicked Axl Rose impression as well.
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
He's actually released about 11 albums. Adam Sandler. He does like comedy.
Really?
Yeah, he does comedy albums. They're okay. But he does like a wicked Adam Sandler impression.
Adam Sandler impression.
Yeah, he does a great. I'm doing it, Yeah, he does a great Axl Rose impression.
I'll have to have a look.
Have you seen the guy that does the AC/DC impressions? He does the hokey cokey with AC/DC.
No.
Go watch it. It's the best thing you'll ever see.
I have not seen that, no. I'll have a look. Though.
Yep. So what should we put to the vote for next conversation?
I'm trying to think of a topic which we I was just going to say it's so stupid. I was just going to say I can try and think of a topic we can stick to. We never stick to the bloody topics.
Look, I've become so bougie. I'm even using a lens rest on my chin.
I don't know. What do you suggest for votes?
What have we got? What haven't we covered? Go on. You've got something in your head. What is it?
No, I can't.
Go on.
No, this is going to be paranormal stuff. But, the shit that comes with it. But we can't.
Go on. What was it?
No, just paranormal shit in general.
Yeah, paranormal shit in general.
Yeah.
We could do SCPs.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. SCPs.
Or the weirdest shit found on the dark web.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The weirdest shit.
Yeah.
That could be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That could be a winner.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll think about the votes, or we'll just do the weirdest shit.
Yeah, let's
see how it goes.
Let's do the weirdest shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Indiana Jones, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Got any final words on Star Wars? Are you redeemed now, or do you still think Star Wars is overrated?
I still, like I said, I still love the films, but I still stand by that it's overrated.
Okay.
You're wrong, man.
Sorry, before we end, I just want one last question. What's your favorite Star Wars TV show? Because we only went through the Mandalorian. What's your favorite and your worst? Just like out of the blue. That's my favorite. That's my worst. You don't have to.
Obi-Wan is going to be my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's going to be my favorite, and Ashoka's going to be my least favorite. But I do quite like. Was it the Clone Wars?
Oh yeah.
I did quite like the Clone Wars.
Okay. What was your least favorite?
Oh, Ashoka was my least favorite.
Oh, Ahsoka. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. He hates Star Wars, people.
Yeah, what was yours?
Mandalorian. My favorite. Obi-Wan just below the Mandalorian. I forget the name because it was my least favorite. What was that guy? He was in Rogue One.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember
the one that's not Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Rogue One. Yeah, Rogue One.
Yeah. Poe.
I can't remember his bloody name. But that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mexican Star Wars.
Yeah, I can't remember the bloody name of it. No, but I went that fast. Anyway, you can all reach Parble's channel at PARRPLE. Parble on YouTube. And this, if I ever get to edit it, because it's so fucking long, the audio version will also be up on Spotify at some point soon as well. But yeah, anyway, I've enjoyed Purple. Thanks again.
I've enjoyed too. Thank you so much.
For waffling along with me. And we'll be
I'm
back
waving.
sometime soon. We're waving. We're going to wave because we all forget to
waving.
wave. We're waving.
We're waving.
Bye for now.
We're waving.
Bye.
Bye.